grade for friend of the show, Josh Allen, and the Buffalo Bills. They also fired their defensive mastermind coach, but all of a sudden they got better somehow.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were supposed to just continue to give up 33 points a game in the playoffs.
I'm just saying, all of a sudden the defense is good. Why?
Well, that is a question. I do like Joe Brady. I think that's a good move, but I do have legit questions about will the defense be as good. You mentioned Von Miller. I think the Bradley Chubb signing. Now he's only 29. But for some reason, he feels a lot older.
Because he's dealt with injury.
I know he was right. He feels a lot older. It feels a lot like the Von Miller deal. But we'll see. And then I love DJ Moore. He is a legit #1 receiver. I think Shakir and everybody kind of fits now in their spot.
Yep.
So I like that. So, you know, a B. I'm calling it like I see it.
Just for the, I know.
I can't give.
If you're watching this,
I think it's a B.
You think that we just put the question mark cloth back over it? It's not what happened.
No, they
took off the B. It went backstage and it came back out, and it was just the B again.
I mean,
all right. So
another B.
So this doesn't mean that the moves. What I'm about to say does not mean the moves they made won't help them in 2026. But do you agree with me that the DJ Moore trade and the Bradley Chubb signing feel like the moves of a, let's call it, semi-desperate GM? Of a GM who feels like, while Joe Brady's like, this is year 1 of, this isn't year 10, or that the GM feels like clock ticking. To me, giving up what they did for DJ Moore and then also giving him a new contract, which they didn't have to do, and paying what they paid for Bradley Chubb when they should know more than any team in the league, like signing the older pass rusher coming off, major injuries is a risk. Like that, those felt like.
But I think he's correct. I don't want to say necessarily time is ticking on Bean. However, they got rid of the coach.
Yes.
Who's next? It's
Correct.
not the quarterback.
Not the quarterback.
So he better, and he knows, even though it's Joe Brady's first year, we're S-by.
So that is why, and I should have said, just to be clear on the Ravens thing, I would have, for the Ravens, hated the Crosby trade. Because I think trading.
So you like the Trey Hendrickson thing better?
I think Trey Hendrickson plus your first-round picks is better than Max Crosby with the contract it was going to be minus the first-round pick. So I think that ended up being a net positive for them because I think that was a mistake. But on the Bills, I think there is such a benefit to having a front office that can feel like with my, soon-to-be or just turned 30-year-old future Hall of Fame quarterback, I'm looking at the next 3, 5, 7 years rather than this year. We're going to talk about the Chiefs in a minute. They did the opposite of a Max Crosby trade. They traded away Trent McDuffie. With the Brett Veach feeling like I am not on the hot seat at all. And I feel I know it's different, but I'm saying I think that benefits Patrick in the long term. And I think that for the Bills, you now have the weird construction of a defense that I think is, by definition, going to be worse. Mm-hmm. Rookie head coach, and a GM making win-now moves.
Okay, guys. Sometimes Mondays just hit you, man. Sometimes Mondays just hit you. Especially because I think the videos that were posted on Saturday and Sunday, I really loved them. I really liked them. They were great. And then Monday came around and I'm like, alright, we're like in the middle of March. There's only so much to talk about. And this is why I respect shows like this. I really do, because I'm going to disagree with plenty here. But it's just these shows and the showrunners too, the producers and whatnot. The ones that are be able to say hey, it's March. What the heck do we have to talk about right now? We can't just keep talking about the same things over and over again. And I'm so grateful for segments and shows like this, even though it makes my mind and my head want to just absolutely explode right now. Because it is something for us to be able to consume and discuss and give us an emotional response. So I really do appreciate it. But like we want to start building teams as if Josh Allen has the next 7 years. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? That's just what and the Kansas City Chiefs, nothing to do with even the fact that they've won in the past. Nothing to do with that. Their team needs to be done this way because of how their roster is constructed. They need to do a bit of a rebuild, a retool, whatever word you want to use. Okay. They're in a completely different situation than the Buffalo Bills were. And not reputationally, not well, you're on the hot seat. You're not in the hot seat. Like, no. The Buffalo Bills do need to make aggressive moves right now. And I like the Bradley Chubb move. They're acting like the bottom mill. They didn't give him a $200 million, $175 million guarantee right now. Like the way how the contract is constructed, I really like it. I think it's largely all reward, minimal risk. Even in a doomsday scenario where he gets injured tomorrow and he can't play, whatever it is, it's just like I don't think it handcuffs them. I really don't. And listen, as much as I want to see Josh Allen with a bona fide dude, Wright, and the coach, because this is what I talked about before with Diggs and whatnot, like, we never truly got to see a great wide receiver with a great offensive coach, coordinator, and a grown-up Josh Allen who's actually like, hey, I know what it's like to play in the NFL. We've never really seen that in a way that we got to see that with Patrick Mahomes, we got to see that with Joe Burrow, you know, we got to see some of these other guys be able to do that. And so, as much as I would love for the Buffalo Bills to find that dude, the reality is that the levels of success that they've been able to have with Josh Allen in the O-line with Joe Brady and whatnot, that if you just need reliable wide receivers, if the Buffalo Bills just had a reliable passing game in that regard, really, I'll just say catching game because Josh Allen's reliable. They beat the Broncos, they beat the Patriots, maybe they beat the Seahawks. Like it changes everything. The SH and this look no further. And I'm not going through this whole take again, but like look no further than who he was throwing to on the final drive against the Denver Broncos. He's throwing to guys that collectively he had a total of like 12 targets to throughout the whole season. Throwing to guys that he's like essentially never played with. That is a problem. And then you compare that to who Matthew Stafford is throwing in the most got to have it important play of the entire game against, you know, in the divisional round against the Chicago Bears. He's throwing it to Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. Like that is a fundamental difference. And so when you bring in a DJ Moore, yeah, maybe it's not the Puka Nacua move, but you're hopeful that it becomes more of like the Devontae and OBJ. That's just kind of sticking with the Rams. There. I'm trying to think of another, kind of good move acquisition that's not like as big and bold. None really comes to my mind in this moment of time. But like those things matter. Those things for sure matter. So, I'm in favor of it. I don't think it's desperate. I don't see how it's desperate. And the GM, the front office for the Buffalo Bills, like seemingly has the full support from ownership. So, I'm not entirely sure that that's where it is. Desperate would have been swinging big for a Max Crosby or something. And like that wasn't the case. They're like we're trading 4 first-round picks and then 9 second-round picks and like they're not doing those types of things. And so seeing Josh Allen, knowing that these guys, again, I just made this take with the Baltimore Ravens in my Baltimore Ravens video, I find it so hard to believe that Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, let's just stick with those 3 quarterbacks, that those quarterbacks are going to be just balling at 35 years old. I don't see it. I want to be wrong so badly. I love watching all these players play. You guys already know how I feel about Josh Allen. And in case you don't, Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. Just so we're clear about that. Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL by far. By far. I am not confident that Nick's made up 5 to 7 year timeline. I am not confident in that at all. At all. So, I don't feel that way about Lamar, and I don't feel that way about Mahomes. Everyone just thinks that everyone's just playing until their late 30s and 40s and it's all good, baby. Like, let's go. I would want nothing more than that. I am not banking on that. I'm not making decisions based on like, well, we know we got Josh Allen in 6 years. It's like, I don't know about that, man. I don't know how great he's going to be 6 years from now. Are you kidding me? Every season now I see Josh Allen in absolute agony. Whether it's his foot, whether it's his hand, his wrist, the dude is taking a beating. An absolute beating. And listen, if Josh Allen needed to turn into a pure pocket passer, I still think he's elite. But Josh Allen still clearly has that dude in him. So, like, he's not going to be the first one to sign up to that for that. So, who knows how he'll actually age in terms of his approach to the game, but I am very supportive of the Buffalo Bills of taking big swings and going for it right now. Not to mention, everybody kept crying and screaming, this is their best chance to win because Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City. Well, Nick is essentially saying that the Kansas City Chiefs aren't taking these big swings to be great right now. Therefore, you're then technically getting a lower version of the Chiefs than you would maybe a year or two from now in theory. And according to Nick, essentially, so then wouldn't you want to take advantage of the mismatch of the timeline right now? You're technically getting a lesser Kansas City Chiefs team. If that was a big deal this past season, why would that not be a big deal this season? Nick doesn't think that the Baltimore Ravens are having a good off-season. Okay, he doesn't believe in the New England Patriots. He thinks they're taking a step back big time. He thinks Drake May scored. He thinks the Denver Broncos are scarred. They're taking a step back. He does not believe in the Indianapolis Colts. He does not believe in C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans. Seems like that if the Buffalo Bills can make some strong moves and take a step forward, seems like they'll be quite competitive and be in a great position to win a Super Bowl. No. Don't you think? Yeah, I think so. I mean, you follow that logic through, it's pretty basic. It's pretty standard. So, yeah, if Nick Wright's own conclusions and views about what these other teams just in the AFC alone are looking like, that's exactly what the Buffalo Bills should be doing. Are you kidding me? Everyone else has taken a step back and you're in a position to take a step forward. Yeah. Seems pretty smart. Seems pretty smart. So I don't understand that. Why would you have a problem with how the Bills are operating then? Doesn't make sense to me. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Buffalo Bills? How do you feel about their off-season grade being AB? The idea that they're being too aggressive or too working at too of a desperate short timeline. Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get some discussions. Let's get us some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Subject that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much.